Aloha once again. Welcome back. My name is still David. We are still focused on going in our seventh direction as defined by Native American philosophy, meaning straight into us. And as we've also discussed, Native Americans were not the only ones who saw life as having its greatest potential going in that direction. That's the potential we're trying to bring out of ourselves, out into our three-dimensional life. So even after we get some understanding, some new perspective on what we are, we can actually use that to make a better life for ourselves. So how do we do that? How do we begin to understand what that machine of being a conscious being of light and energy in three-dimensional world, what does that mean? How does that work actually? Well, there are a few different elements to that. A couple of them we've already touched on over the past few episodes, which have to do with karma and the way our life tends to cycle around when we're having our karmic spirals. Karma is the word I use for lessons we didn't learn. It's plain and simple. We have some situation in front of us in our life. We learned the wrong thing from that situation, and as a result, we wound up back in that situation with maybe a few of the ingredients changed, but basically a little more intense, a little worse, with the stakes a little bit higher than they were the previous time because we didn't get the point. So karma itself, when you see your life repeating these cycles, that is one way to demonstrate to yourself, whoops, my machine of consciousness is trying to tell me something. What? You can't always know. But that is the other aspect that we've talked about in terms of having your meditations be able to connect you with that higher plot line, whatever the script is that your soul is running for this lifetime. Let's suppose that your soul makes as much sense as you do, meaning when you go into the kitchen, you don't just go to add gasoline to your fireplace, or to go to the bathroom, or to find the newspaper most of the time. Typically, you go to the kitchen to eat, or get a drink of water, or prepare food for later, or whatever the purpose is, but there's a specific purpose that's associated to the kitchen. That's why you went into the kitchen. So let's suppose the idea of purpose does not originate with humans, that it comes from this bigger soul place. So maybe you came here with a purpose, and if you did come here with a purpose, how can you discover what that purpose is? The answer is, listen. If you feel like you're not living your life in accordance with that purpose, if something on a deeper level is causing you some discomfort, some dis-ease, then perhaps what you need to do is align yourself with whatever your soul wants, and maybe things will get better for mind, body, spirit, all kinds of different levels. While observing yourself stuck in your karmic cycle is one of the fastest ways to recognize that you need to change. The faster that you can recognize that you're repeating a pattern that has not led you to success, the quicker you will be able to get out of that pattern and say to yourself, whoops, I'm going to do something else, anything else, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm definitely going to do something else. This is where you have to go into yourself and take apart your assumptions one at a time and see, how did you get to this place? Observe yourself and what your influences were. The way that you do that is by simply getting quiet and spending time in your meditation. As your conscious mind interferes, you let it go. As I mentioned, like dropping a twig into a stream. Return your focus to your white light and let yourself feel bigger and spend your time as a quiet, conscious entity. And as you do so, you will gain insight into your own patterns. It will simply happen naturally as you follow through on your intention to learn these things about yourself. Once you have recognized that you're in a karmic situation and you want to move forward, then you typically try to change and you create some new action for yourself. And this is yet a new moment when you can observe the mechanics of the universe if you're clever enough to see them coming in advance. Your soul is not playing games. Your soul really wants you to learn whatever it is that it intends for you to learn. And if you have been stuck in your karmic cycles and you have failed to learn your correct thing, whatever it is, even if you think you have, even if you think you've moved to some new point of view, your soul is going to make sure that that's true. And so what's going to happen is, as you move forward, your soul will present to you the same issue that you just think you overcame. In my experience, moving forward on the path is not moving like this, like a nice gentle slope, but it's more like this, like a set of stairs that you climb up and down. So as you move up your set of stairs, meaning that you will suddenly just have some moment of new perspective and new point of view and, quote, enlightenment, and that will result in some change inside of you that's going to result in some change of your actions and your behavior. So, when you are doing that, your soul is saying, really? Are you sure? Are you sure you've overcome this? So even as you jump up that stair, your soul is going to take that karmic issue, whatever it was, that thing that was in the red box that you overcame, and it's going to give it to you in a little blue bag, and it's going to say, I'm just changing what I look like. Do you still recognize me? Can you still overcome me? Or are you going to let me pull you back down that stair again? So if you can be prepared mentally to know that this is how your cycle as a consciousness works, and you can identify what your karma was, then when you move forward, you'll be able to see it coming. You will be able to recognize it, even in its different wrapping, and you'll be able to say, aha, I pierce you, I know what you are, you're not going to distract me, I am changed, I am going forward, I don't need you, I don't need your lesson, I can leave you behind. That is true personal growth. That is truly moving in the right direction. That creates all kinds of new possibilities for you. That is applying the principles you have learned in your 7th direction right out into your life. And that's as good as it gets. It'll get better. Keep going. I hope you're having a good day. We'll talk again soon. Aloha.